Welcome back. In this video we are going to continue our BlackSheep journey. So what we would like to do is to further investigate the response object and how we can work with it. So let's call this resp.py and start working on it. So basically, what we want to do is to create a data class, and this data class is going to represent, devices in your infrastructure. We will use servers as an example and create an API which allows you to respond with this data, and we will check how we can use BlackSheep to do so. So from BlackSheep, we will import the application and get, and from data classes we will import data class, and from UUID we will import UUID4 and UUID. Alright, let's create our decorated class, and this class is going to be called server. Each server has a UUID and a name. And now we can create our application, and we can create our context route. So /API/servers. And now we can call this server's API, and basically what we want to do is to return a valid response object. In order to do that, we have to use also the JSON from the BlackSheep module. It's not the JSON module, which is a standalone module, but rather the JSON module, the JSON component of the BlackSheep module. And it is important because using this JSON function, it's going to dump the data which we pass through the JSON function and create a valid response object. So let's return a JSON, and this JSON is going to contain a list of servers where we have a UUID 4, and we call this DNS, and another server with the UUID 4 which is called domain controller, and another server which is UUID 4, and it is going to be called application server. Alright, if everything goes well, we should be able to kick off this application. So let's use UVcorn, and we use RISP and the app with the port 8000 and the reload. Alright, so now if I go to my terminal, import the requests module and use the requests.get against the URL http 127.0.0.1 on port 8000 with the API servers, and check the text. You can see that this is the response I get, and every time I hit the context route, each server is going to have a new UUID. So technically this is how we can do it, and I think it's a pretty neat concept, so to speak. What we can do is to annotate this function and say that it is going to return a list of servers. Okay. And what is the problem? So it's a list of servers. All right. Expression of type response cannot be assigned to return type. What's the problem? So I basically reloaded the application and it still works. Maybe one of the plugins misbehave. Oops. It's likely. So hold on. We have to remove the JSON, and that way it's going to return simply a list. All right. Okay. And we also have something which is called OpenAPI. So let's visit this one in the browser. So we have the HTTP 127 and we hit the docs. And it's not working because Swagger website. Let's see. Oh, it is supposed to have the OpenAPI docs. So the app, domain settings, text editor, controller. We will leave it for another video. So for now, what we have is basically a way to return an appropriate response object. And that was all I wanted to show you. See you in the next one.